I felt like raisin in a bowl of cornflakes, you know what I mean? And they were picking my brain, man. They were taking notes, asking me questions, keep writing stuff. And all of a sudden it hit me, wait a minute. All these guys are millionaires, man. I ain't got no $1 million yet. I got it now, but I ain't got no $1 million yet. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, man, every Chinaman I know owns a business. And here I am in the heart of Asia, where they come from. And I said, sir, pardon me, I have a question that I need you to answer. And they looked at me. I said, tell me, how come everywhere you all go, no matter where it is, you go to the lowest ghetto in the heart of the township and you end up owning a business? Can you tell me what is your secret? And they looked at each other and they laughed. And then they spoke in a language I didn't understand. I went, you all speak English. You all don't talk like that in front around me. I want to hear what you say. And they laughed. And then the president said to me, he said, well, we've been noticing that ourselves, that everywhere we meet you all, and he meant people like me, he says, you are always seeming to be at the bottom of the ladder. He said, and we couldn't figure it out for a long time also. I said, but please tell me, what did you find out? Because I want to know. Because I ain't staying at the bottom of no ladder. And they laughed. He said, well, we have concluded, based on our assessment, that whenever you go into a community, the first thing you look for is a job. He says, when we come into any community, the first thing we look for is a business. He said, it's attitude. They don't even look for a job. Any Chinese working for you? Come on, clap. Learn the lesson right now. Everybody say attitude. Attitude. They don't even think about employment. They think deployment. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. So here we were in Bangetown, in the ghetto of the island, and on Augusta Street, a street right across where we live, was this Chinaman in the heart of the poorest part of the island, and we buying from him. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Mentality. Tell your neighbor, deploy yourself. Let me say this to you. So I said to the guy, I said, excuse me, so when you go into a town or any country, so what do you do until you get a business? He says, any employment we have is always temporary. We only want enough money to start a business, that's all. Mentality. Number 6, true leadership is self-manifestation. You become a leader when you discover who you are and decide to become it. And that's how it works. True leadership is self-manifestation. Your leadership is not ahead of you, it's trapped within you. You are so great, it's amazing. But the environment won't allow you to become it. You know, one of the smartest men I know in my life is this man right here, Dr. Jerry Horner. Smart, intelligent, have so many wonderful gifts. And I made a commitment to him last year. I said, you know, the next few years, we're going to work together. I'm going to get stuff out of you. I'm going to get books out of you. I got to get some stuff out of you. Because you have so much to give to the world. Sometimes our past could hold us back. Mentality, just don't allow you to step out and take a risk. What you're doing now, It's not what you could do. Whatever you're impressed with, God's disappointed in. This conference began, every conference began by faith. No money, just some good plans and a lot of good announcements. And that's the way life is. Stop waiting for everything to show up before you start. Every leader, I tell you the truth, every leader ain't know what they doing. Me included. We don't know what we're doing. We just say, I got this idea, I'm going to go for it. And for heaven's sake, believe me, we ain't got no money. What I mean is for our projects. Because you are not a leader unless you're doing something you cannot pay for. Let me try it again. You missed that, Gandhi. I say you're not a leader unless you are doing something you cannot pay for. Leadership demands that you got to take risks. After all, you're out front. Number 7, leadership is self-exposure. When you expose your true self, get ready. People won't understand you, but go for it. Let us meet you before you die. I was in London one time, went up north to visit an old church that a guy told me about. I walked in this old church. The church was 200 years old. Old church, old wooden, a stone church. And I went in the cemetery around the church, and I saw these graves. And the graves were all broken down and everything. And I saw these graves there, and they had like 16, 18, 15, 42, these old dates and stuff. I'm like, wow. And I'm standing there by myself in this graveyard, hundreds of years old. I'm looking at this thing. And I heard a voice. And the voice said, do you see those graves? Most of those people never lived on earth. I thought, what is that? I don't understand the statement. And the voice came back again. It says, most of the people you see here, they never showed up on earth. I went back to my hotel room in London. That night I was disturbed by that statement all night. I couldn't figure what does that mean? Until the light came on. Oh, that means who they really were never showed up. Can I suggest, let us meet you before you die, please?